Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I am in the middle of making or baking a banana cake, and I have the recipe which I put on another video, and I will put it in the description on this video as well. And I wasn't able to start at the beginning with you because it's just so involved, and I haven't baked in a very long time because I've been busy on YouTube. So, and I have to give 100% of my attention when I bake. So I'm in the middle of it, so I want to show you how to put it together from here. So far what I've done is I've made streusel, and this streusel consists of all-purpose flour, light brown sugar, and unsalted butter that has been softened, and a little bit of cinnamon, and I use Vietnam cinnamon. This is the banana. It's happened to be 2 bananas, but it's 255 grams of bananas chopped, and I use mashed, and I use one of these to mash it, and vanilla in here, and I think 42 grams of milk is in here. And this is 1 egg which is lightly beaten, which I'm going to add to the batter now. And this is the batter. This is the batter creamed. This is sugar and butter. And this is 1 stick of butter, which comes to 115 grams, and 1 cup of sugar, which comes to 200 grams. And so it's whipped for 2 minutes, and this is the consistency, and we'll pick up from here. Okay, so now what I do is I add the egg. And as far as this recipe is concerned, it just tells you to add the egg. But because I've read all of Rose Levy-Berenbaum's books, I know not to just add the egg. What I do is I add it a little bit of it at a time, like a tablespoon at a time, let it beat thoroughly, and then add some more. And that's the way it gets, it rises more. It gets a chance to aerate more and trap the air bubbles. So that's what I'm going to do now, and this is going to be noisy, and I apologize for this. And I'm not going to be able to edit this video. So if you want to skip all of this part and get to the end, I'm okay with that. So here we go. And to add the egg, I am putting it on medium. Just add a little at a time. I let it get incorporated, and then add a little more. And since it's only 1 egg, it's not going to take that long. Halfway through, I put a little more of the egg in halfway. You let it be for 40 seconds. I use this timer. To get the air to make it rise. That's the idea of it. Be able to show you the finished product, and my husband's been waiting for this for a while. So I'm all for a cake. I'm not the neatest baker there is. I got flour all over me. The streusel takes cake flour, and the streusel takes all-purpose flour, and the cake batter takes cake flour. Okay, here's our 40. Add the balance of the egg. going to let it be another 40 seconds. Okay, so while that's steaming, I'm going to get ready what I have to do next, which is, I believe it's the banana. Let me just check. It's been a while. Yeah, here's the banana. This is a folder timer, and I love it. This has got to be 10 years old. Still going. When I add the banana, I'm going to slow the speed down. And this also I'm doing in stages, so it incorporates better. Once it's mixed up, I'm going to raise the speed and let it be a little more so it really gets combined. Okay. And now what I do is I add the flour, which is here, and this is flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And when you add the flour, you do a little bit at a time also, so it gets incorporated. That's how Rose Livy Berryman does it, and it comes out great. And this, you always add, well, according to my recipes, you always add the flour on the lowest speed. And you beat it as little as possible because it's not bread. You don't want it to get tough. Yes, you want it to be tender. On top of the beater, so get that into the batter and mix it a little more. And then get the beater off. This beater doesn't come with the KitchenAid. In fact, it's not a KitchenAid product, but it is a great product. This is, what's it called? Beater blade. This is a beater blade, and it has, I had the one that KitchenAid makes. It has a blade on one side only. This is a blade on two sides, and I like it a lot better. This spatula has a little notch in here, so you could get in between here. I also have this. Which I think is the best thing ever made. This was on Amazon and it's called ISI Basics. And it's a bowl scraper. And this is fantastic. This is great for doing this as well. It gets in the grooves. The rest of the batter, because there is some flour still in here. Just and then you put it in your prepared pan, which is here. This is a loaf pan, and this is Magic Line. This is by far the best cookware I've ever used. It's aluminum, but you line it. It's coated with shortening, organic shortening spectrum, and it has a piece of, what's that called again? Partridge. No, not partridge. Parchment paper, which I cut, and it's flat over there, and then you dust it with flour, shake it out, and this is how it's supposed to look. And you put the batter in. Get all the batter, and that's where this comes in. Whoops. This is really fantastic. I think at the time when I bought it, it was like $3. I have a couple of them. And I'm very dependent on them. When I know I'm going to bake in New York, I bring them with me. And baking is messy. The offset spatula. This is a small one to fit this pan, which I got at Williams-Sonoma. It has a wooden handle, so I wash it by hand. Even out the batter. One day I will figure out how to edit so I could take you through all the steps that I did, because there's a lot of preparation to get the pans ready and measure in flour and combine it with the ingredients, the spices and all. Everything, by the way, has to be at room temperature. The egg has to be out, the butter has to come to a consistency where when you press it down you can see your finger. Nothing is straight out of the refrigerator. Not to say that it wouldn't work. Let's say last time, the first time I made it since a year was the last time, and I showed it to you. I forgot to take the egg out of the refrigerator, so I put it in a glass and I put warm water on it, sat for a few minutes, and brought it to room temperature. Now you add the streusel. I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. I'm taking a bunch in my hand and separating it because I have it in mounds, like over here. That's how I got it together. So I'm just separating it and putting it all over the batter. And this is my favorite part. When I first started baking this recipe, I never had cholesterol all my life, and this is butter, sugar butter, and my cholesterol shot up to I think it was 276 and something like that, 257 or 276, something like that. My doctor told me if I don't lower my temperature, my cholesterol in a year, she's going to put me on meds. So I bought the book called Cholesterol Down, skipped through the technical part, and went to how to do it, and my cholesterol dropped to 191, I think it was, and I don't eat butter anymore. If you're on the Atkins diet though, you eat butter. So here's the streusel, and you just pat it down a little bit. It looks like that. And now you bake it for 45 minutes. And after 45 minutes, you take a piece of tin foil and you fold it into a tent. Put it over here and cook it an additional 5 or 10, depending upon your oven. Mine is always 57 minutes altogether. So I'm going to bake this now. Set the timer for 45 minutes. I'm not going to keep you here. I'm going to end the video now and continue when it comes out, and I'll connect the two, the beginning and the end together. I know how to do that, and I will show you the finished product. So I will see you later. Thanks for joining me for this part, everybody. Hi, everybody. I just took the cake out of the oven. It baked for 45 minutes, and then I took this tin foil and tented it, made a tent like that, put it on the cake, and baked it another 5 minutes. And I put a toothpick in, and then I baked it another 2 minutes, took the cake out, and it was perfect. The toothpick came out dry. This is what it looks like. It didn't rise as much as it normally did, and that's probably because I can't chew gum and think at the same time. I was talking to you, and I didn't put the eggs in properly. I put in too much eggs in the beginning, and I didn't, then I'm supposed to do half and half, and I didn't do half and half, and I think that's probably why. So now what I'm going to do, this sat for 10 minutes when I took it out of the oven. It sits for 10 minutes, and then I have to take the cake out of the pan and put it on a cooling rack and let it cool for about an hour and a half. I need 2 cooling racks to do that. So there's 1 cooling rack on the bottom of this, and this cooling rack will go on the top. But what I do is I put tin foil over the cake pan so that none of the crumbs fall out, and put it upside down like this, like a sandwich. And I flip it over. And now I lift the cake pan. The parchment comes off. The other cooling rack goes now on the bottom, which is now the bottom of the cake, like this. Flip it again. And this is the cake. And a little piece of streusel happened to fall off. Don't tell my doctor. Good. Very good. So if I can possibly, I'm going to end the video here. If I could possibly add cutting the cake to the end of the video, I will. I'll try and do that. If not, I'll just take pictures and show you another time. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. And as I said before, I will put the recipe under the description, under the video in the description box. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's taking good care, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Take care. Bye now. Hi everybody. So here's the cake. It's been cooled for an hour and a half. It's all done. This is what it looks like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cake round. It's cardboard with one side that's smooth, and put it on there. And I'm going to cut the cake. And when you cut a cake, you use a serrated edge. This is a bread knife this is Mac the knife. And this is a great knife. So here it is. And here is the rest of it. Closer so you can see it. Thank you everybody for watching, and if you make this cake, please let me know. And I love you guys, and you take good care of yourself. And remember, this recipe will be in the description underneath the video. And oh, this is the book that it comes from. Lots of great recipes in this book. This is by what's her name? Flo Braker, B-R-A-K-E-R. She's not a professional, was not a professional, and she learned from the greats. Thank you everybody. Take care. See you the next time. Love you guys. Bye now.